Hello everyone. Every day is about Jesus Christ. So I'm here again for talk about Jesus every day touched. We're still on the subject of marriage and still on Matthew chapter 19. Emphasis is on verse 6 today. Jesus responded to them. Says, therefore, what God has joined together, let not man put asunder. To the couples out there, you've not been given the permission to put asunder your marriage, which God has joined together. So when you're still figuring out how to resolve your differences, particularly to young couples, where do you run to for counsel? Do you use the word of God, or do you just run to random people like parents, family members, friends out there to talk to them about your differences in your marriage? My counsel to you is to use the word of God. Particularly start with Ephesians chapter 5 from verse 21 down. Go and study it for yourself and use it to counsel yourselves. Now, to those who people run to for advice when they're married, particularly young couples or even older couples who are still trying to figure out their differences or still having disputes in their marriage, what do you say to them? Do you try to build them to recognize that they are now one flesh, or do you just teach them to react to the actions of their spouses? Exodus chapter 18, Jethro, the father-in-law of Moses, realized or saw that Moses was being exhausted and overwhelmed with the issues of his brethren, the Israelites, in settling matters. And he advised Moses, he said, delegate this task before you die. Moses listened to the advice, heeded to the advice, and he did as told. And he regained his sanity and he regained strength. His body was refreshed too from resting. So it worked for him. Now, in Ruth chapter 3, Naomi advised Ruth on what to do to gain the attention of Boaz. Ruth obeyed, and she ended up marrying Boaz and became ancestors of Jesus Christ. In 1 Timothy chapter 4, Paul advised young Timothy on the need to be steadfast in the faith to the end, to live in uprightness and guide his speeches. So it was written of Timothy that he did to the end. So it ended well for Timothy. Now looking at 1 Samuel chapter 13, Jonadab is nephew to David, King David, and cousin to Ammon and Tamar, who was raped by her own brother Ammon, and of course to Absalom, who is brother to Tamar. Ammon heeded to that advice and raped his own sister, but his father, their same father, and Absalom, who happened to be the same mother and same father with Tamar, didn't find that funny, and he killed his brother Ammon. It didn't end well. I want to believe that that's where Absalom got his fury from. His problems started from there, I believe. Going to chapter 16 of same 1 Samuel, Ahithophel, who was one time advisor to David, Absalom's father, advised Absalom to betray his own father David, who loved him. Absalom yielded to that advice, and he ended up dead. Same with Ahithophel. They didn't end well. Going to Job chapter 2. After God had boasted with Job to Satan that that's my servant who is upright, righteous, and all of the good stuff that he would have used to boast about Job, gave devil the permission to go try Job. Trial came. His wife advised him to curse God and die. Thankfully, he didn't yield to that advice, and he lived, and his latter was even greater than the former. The question is to the advisors out there, what do you advise couples when they come to you concerning issues of their marriage? Are you the good ones who advise right, or are you the bad ones who advise wrongfully and cause separation, disaster, enmity to come up? Remember, Jesus said, what God has joined together, let not man put asunder. And he said, offenses are inevitable in this world, but woe unto him through whom offenses will come to this world. Let's be mindful how we advise people. The sole aim of marriage is together until death do them part. Let's not be instruments. Nobody should be instrument to putting marriages apart. Give the right advice. Give godly counsel. Let's build and not tear down. I'll end it there.